If you can understand these 10 English proverbs, then your level of English is great. In this lesson, we're going to talk about 10 very common English proverbs in the form of a quiz. For each one, I will give you a gapped text with 3 options. You will have 5 seconds to choose the best option that fills the gap. And then I will explain the meaning and the use of that proverb. So grab a pen, a piece of paper, and get ready to challenge your English. Let's start with the first one. When my uncle gave me his old car for free, I didn't complain about the scratches. I know you shouldn't look a gift horse in the... The answer is mouth. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What does it mean? It means when somebody gives you something as a gift, don't complain even if it's not that good or even if it's not perfect. It's a gift. Accept it and be happy and be thankful. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. This proverb comes from the past, when people used to judge a horse's health and age by counting its teeth or by checking its teeth. And doing that to a gift horse would be considered rude because it's a gift. Now, before we go to the next one, if you want to have the summary of this lesson in a single PDF file for free, so that you can review it after this lesson, you can simply click on the link above my head. And on my website, you can download this PDF for free. You can also find the link in the description of this video. Now, let's go to the second proverb. At school, all the kids who love football hang out together. Well, birds of a feather... The correct answer is flock together. This proverb is very simple. It means people who are similar to each other usually become friends, or people prefer hanging out with those who are similar to them. Birds of a feather flock together. And this comes from nature. If you look at nature, usually birds who are similar to each other fly together. Birds of a feather flock together. Look at this one. Giving fashion advice to a top designer? That's like carrying coals to... To carry coals to Newcastle. But what does it mean? It means doing something that is pointless. This proverb comes from the town of Newcastle in the UK, which historically had a lot of coal. And so taking more coal to the source of coal in the UK would be pointless, right? There's no need to do that. In the same way, giving fashion advice to a top designer is like carrying coals to Newcastle. It's not needed. It's pointless. Look at this one. My backpack had a small tear, but I fixed it right away. After all, a stitch in time saves... The correct answer is 9. A stitch in time saves 9? What does it mean? It means fixing a small problem early can avoid a big problem in the future. So it's better to fix a small problem now than to deal with a big problem later. And this comes from sewing. In sewing, 1 stitch now may prevent other 9 stitches you may need after that garment is torn. So it's better to do 1 extra stitch than to have to deal with 9 other stitches in the future. I hope these explanations help you memorize the proverbs. Now, let's go to the next one. The company tried to make a lot of money quickly, but they lost their best workers. They killed the goose that laid the... golden eggs. Kill the goose that lays the golden eggs? What does this mean? It means ruining something valuable because you are greedy. You want more and more and more, and because you want more and more and more, you destroy something valuable. But what's the story behind this proverb? This proverb comes from an interesting story. There was a man who had a goose, and this magic goose would lay golden eggs. The eggs were made of gold. So the man thought, maybe inside the stomach of this goose is a lot of gold. So he killed the goose because he wanted to take out all the gold of the stomach of the goose. But to his sorrow, he killed the goose and there was nothing inside its belly. So because of his greed, he destroyed something very valuable. And this is the explanation of this proverb. Don't kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. Don't be greedy. We're halfway there. 5 out of 10 proverbs have been covered already. I hope you're doing great. I'm sure you're doing great. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you are enjoying this lesson, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Now, let's continue with the rest of the quiz. Look at this. He was already planning how to spend his prize money, but he hadn't even won yet. I told him not to count his chickens before they... The correct answer is hatch. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. This proverb is used to say that don't think that something good is going to happen before it happens. Don't just assume that it's gonna happen. Wait for it to happen first and then plan or act accordingly. But where does this proverb come from? In farms, there are lots of eggs. But do all of these eggs turn into chickens? No, some of them don't even hatch. So let's say you have a farm and you have 1,000 eggs. Do you have 1,000 chickens? No, you have 1,000 eggs. Some of them may not hatch. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Look at this one. They agreed to rules that made their work harder. It's like turkeys voting for Christmas. But what does it mean? Like turkeys voting for Christmas? It means doing something or choosing something that hurts you. But where does this proverb come from? Well, traditionally in the UK, people eat turkeys at Christmas. And so if turkeys vote for Christmas, it means they're hurting themselves. They're voting for the day on which they'll be eaten. So like turkeys voting for Christmas means doing something that will hurt you. Look at this. Everyone wanted to contribute to the project, and they made a mess. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Well, what does it mean? It means when too many people try to do the same thing or try to work on the same thing, they may end up ruining it. But where does this proverb come from? Imagine there is a large pot full of broth and there are 10 cooks. These cooks, one by one, would come and add something to the broth because they want to make it better. But because there are 10 cooks, maybe they add too much ingredients or spices to it, and they would ruin the taste. So too many cooks spoil the broth. That means too many people doing the same thing, not a good idea. Lovely. We're going for the last 2 proverbs, and you are doing an amazing job. Again, if you want to have the summary of this lesson in a single PDF file for free so that you can review the lesson later, simply click on the link above my head, and on my website, you'll be able to download it for free. Look at this. People kept whispering that something was wrong, and I believed it. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Where there is smoke, there is fire. What does it mean? It means when you can see the signs of a problem, probably the problem is real. Imagine you're walking in the woods and you suddenly see smoke going up. What does that mean? You would think, there may be a fire. So where there is smoke, there is fire, which means when you see signs of a problem, the problem might be real. And the last proverb of this lesson. Look at this question. She got to the store before it opened and bought the last item. The early bird catches the worm. The early bird catches the worm. But what does it mean? It means if you act early, you have a higher chance of success. And to remember this proverb, think of it in this way. Birds who wake up earlier have a higher chance of finding food. And bird's food is worm. So the early bird catches the worm. If you act early, you have a higher chance of success. If you wake up early in the morning, you may have a more productive day. The early bird catches the worm. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you've downloaded the free PDF file that I have prepared for you. With this PDF file, it'll be much easier to review this lesson. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. See ya!